Hey everybody, my name is Sharon and I'm from Peace and Ease Coaching. And today I want to talk about 3 traits of resilient people. And those are people who are thriving even in the face of a lot of struggle. And in my years of coaching, I have coached those in catastrophic situations, those with severe chronic illnesses from all walks of life, people who've had kids who've died, who have kids who have severe special needs, those who have chronic pain and illnesses, single parents who are struggling to work full time, parent their kids and go to school. And there are those who make their challenges an integral part of their identity. And so you'll find that they're bitter about their circumstances and overcome by their pain. I can hear the edgy anger in their voices and the feelings of hopelessness, that there's no way out and life will just never get better. And they'll never feel better. They feel like life has happened to them. And many had been on a downward slide for a long time. But then there are people who see their challenges as part of their experiences. And so they may have many challenges, but they move through their lives asking themselves, what can I do rather than what can't I? So what makes the difference? And in my experience, I've seen 3 basic areas in people's lives that make the difference between a person who is weighted down with resentment and pain and someone who, despite their struggles, lives a rich and full life. So number 1 is having a sense of purpose. And this is your big why. Why are you here? What do you want to do in the world? What can you do in your world with the limitations you have? And are those limitations you perceive real, or are they excuses? And so for those whose lives are relatively smooth, a sense of life purpose is equally important in the long run, but the difference between living a life from a place of purpose and passion and just going along may not seem as important unless you have a challenging life situation hit. And then it will hit you over the head and you will be faced with looking at you and your life for the first time. The second trait is acceptance. And when I say, and that's actually not really a trait, it's a perception. It's a belief system. And so when I say acceptance, I don't mean to give up. So you really need to be able to accept 2 truths if you're going to really accept where you are. The first being is that you need to face your experience rather than trying to avoid what you're going through. And the more you can look at your challenges head on without judgment, the less they will take over your life. And secondly, you can still make changes. Even if you accept them, you can still make changes to feel better or to move forward. So think about an example. Say someone loses their job. There may be somebody who loses their job who feels really hurt and bitter towards their past job. Or there could be a second person who loses his or her job and they accept that job losses happen, and it happens to a lot of people. And so they continue to look for a new and hopefully better job. So which person do you think will be able to move forward with their lives more quickly? This third area is connection. When many people struggle, they distance themselves from their support system. So many people tell me that they have friends, but they never talk about anything that is painful to them because either they're not one to share or they don't want to burden others. So when you can cultivate your community, you realize that everyone has challenges and people can learn from each other. And 2, you give people the opportunity to help you, just as you would help them if the need arises. And research has shown that those with a strong, active community live healthier as they age. So these perspectives, resources, traits, I mean, they can be built. They're not fixed. And no one needs to be stuck in a hole of bitterness, chronic stress, and loneliness. And so if you want to relieve your stress, to release it, and build a rich life filled with connection, I am offering a free strategy session to see how I can help you. It's a 45-minute call, and it's well worth your time. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.